So before you were a team of five and you were a solo agent, what did that look like for you as far as kind of getting up and running? Like, how did you get your business started? When
So,
you're a new guy.
so I've only been in real estate 5 years, and I've sold about 400 plus homes. I'm part of EXP, so I've hit icon status every year. Um, my first year in real estate, I did about 50 homes. My second year, I did 70. My third year, I started building a team and so forth. Um, so for me, I never got in real estate wanting to be a realtor. I got in real estate wanting to be a business owner with
Hmm.
a goal in mind. And my goal in mind was to get out of real estate, right? And just
Hmm.
coach, mentor, and grow the company. But I knew to do that, I needed to get quick, immediate business.
Hmm.
Because I want a realtor, so I didn't know how to do it. So the first thing I did is I went and found the lowest hanging fruit I could find at the least amount of expense, because I needed to be as profitable as possible. So I started off with FSBOs from day one.
Hmm.
And what I did is I got on YouTube before I knew of Vulcan 7, and I just watched YouTube people talk about converting for sale by owners. And I literally just copied their script, and I just started saying it and saying it. And then as I've got more mature in the business, I've had coaches who helped me with FSBOs that were like for sale by owner coaches to help me get better at it. And it just kind of went from there. I just hit the ground running and never slowed down, and still haven't slowed down, but I was just so disciplined. I would start my morning at 8 o'clock making calls, and I would call until I got a listing appointment, period. So some days I'd go in at 8 a.m. and I'd be on the phone at 8 p.m. And then if I still didn't have it by 8 p.m., I was like, I just got to go to bed and I'll come do it tomorrow. But not a lot of people have that kind of discipline and drive. But, my drive's internal, just like everybody else's drive. And I'm just a little bit different for what I'm trying to achieve in my life. I wanted to talk to 10 for sale by owners a day.
Hmm.
So no matter how many dials I needed to make, my goal was to talk to 10. And I used a dialer. I used a Vulcan 7 dialer, and I would just
Hmm.
call them. And my goal was to have 10 conversations. When I first got into it, it was just having conversations because I didn't know as much as I know now. Now it's a lot more direct conversations.
Hmm.
My typical FSBO call takes about 10 minutes. And it's just pushing for face-to-face. And a lot of the stuff they ask, I just push to, well, that's a great question, and that's why we should meet. How does 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock work today?
Hmm.
So I avoid the commission, I avoid things like that till I get face-to-face, because I learned if I could get in front of them, there was a high probability I'd get them to sign.
Right. And there you go, folks. A lot of times that's bait to get you to answer the question over the phone. And you have to pretend that what they said is, can you come over? Mm-hmm. You said, great. How about tomorrow at 4? Or would 6 be better? But instead of getting caught into answering the question, like, what do you charge and this and that and all these other things, how would you sell it? And yeah, we have to pretend that's an invitation to meet.
Yep.
And not answer the question. We can't get caught into doing that presentation over the phone.
Because then they don't need you.
Right. Then they're like, what's the point in meeting? You already told me everything I wanted to know.
So when I call FSBOs, I try to go for 5 closes. And what I used to do is I would get quarters. I'd have 5 quarters. And I would try to close them 5 different times. And one of 2 things would happen. They would either finally give me the appointment,
or you'd walk away with $1.25.
Yeah. Or typically they would just hang up on me.
Oh.
And a lot of my agents would be like, well, if they hang up on you, you're going to call back? I said, yep, I'll call right back tomorrow and do it all over again. Because what people don't realize is typically these people are getting 100 calls a day. They're not going to remember you tomorrow.
But, when you look at it, they're interviewing you and you're demonstrating how strong you are. Mm-hmm. And so you want to demonstrate that,
And they would ask me, hey, and if they did catch me by chance and say, didn't I talk to you yesterday? I say, yes, you did. And you're going to talk to me every day.
And don't you want somebody that strong to list your house?
And I would tell them that. I said, you're going to talk to me every day until you sign me. Until we sign, you're going to talk to me every single day. So
and I'm going to do that to get your house sold.
Yeah.